about when you and I should go on a date. If not, then we'll fly out and try outer space and take a night out. You deserve a night out on the town.
What up, though? I am Chrissy Mack.
I'm Berkeley.
And we are
Closet Conversations.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We haven't seen you guys all year. We miss you so much.
Very much so.
Yes.
Started 2020 out right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Continue to follow us. You know we hustlers. You know we trying to keep a schedule down. Already got you. We wanted to shout out our sponsors, T. Harvey Construction, Chubby Bear, and our newest sponsor, Detroit Photo Mirror. Shout out to you also if you
Shout
need
out
that.
to our people.
If you need that photo mirror, which is like a interactive mirror, I don't know if you've seen them, you can rent it from Detroit Photo Mirror for a great price. And for any special event, birthday party, corporate event, Detroit Photo Mirror is your photographer. Check them out. Check them out. My energy has been kind of down.
Why?
This week.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's been up and down, especially, you know, with the events and everything that's going on. And the good, the bad, the tragic, everything. So I guess that's what brings us to this topic today.
Absolutely.
Living life of purpose.
Yep, living life of purpose. But before we dig into that, Closet Conversations would like to send our condolences to the Bryant family and the families of the members that were lost in the super tragedy on Sunday. Sending tons of hugs and prayer, and you know, it's just like a reminder to hug on the people that are here. You know, tell them like, I love you, Crystal.
Absolutely.
I love you.
Life is too short. I love you, Jessley.
I love you. Like
I don't have any animosity or any anger towards anybody. Like I love
Period.
everybody. I love my enemies. I love everybody.
I say I don't have any enemies. There may be people that don't necessarily like me.
I mean,
I love
know.
you. I love you.
Whomever you are.
I love you. So my energy has been a little down. It was a struggle to get here today, but living a life full of purpose, in which I know we both do. I got my ass out of bed, and I'm like, hey, you got to do it. You got to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, you're impacting, you're empowering others. People look forward to listening to your show, and we appreciate it. Thank you. And I have to speak positive. Someone just said your energy is up. Amen. My energy is up. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Ding, ding, ding. Where's our bell? So, yes, living a life of purpose. What does that mean to you, Chris?
That means, you know, living life with no regrets, being able to take a chance on something that you are doubting yourself about, just having faith. And that it will manifest, that, you know, you will be successful. And, I mean, you know, and it's just being hopeful that you live to see another day, being grateful, and just being able to serve a higher power and be able to push forward and kind of create a legacy for your offspring, if you have any, especially, you know.
Absolutely.
And being able to, you know, be a positive impact towards the community.
Yep.
What about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to have kids to be a legend.
Right.
You know, you don't have to have a direct offspring to you know, make a difference within your community. Definitely living a life full of purpose for me. I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying, in my life. Blessings have just fallen in my lap, and
absolutely,
I would say that I kind of. You know, if I were to whatever tomorrow, that I would say I have lived a purpose-filled life. You know, I love working with children. I love making a difference. I've accepted my calling, but you know, many times you have to ask your higher power, to me, God, like, why am I here?
Right.
What will be, you know, the memory of Jessley Lauren Banks? So yeah, accepting it and working toward it and praying on it and using all your resources, it's hard. It's hard to live a life of purpose. A lot of people are out here just living for fame, money, Instagram, whatever. But, I mean, you have to find your calling.
Yeah, find that niche.
Find what you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
Find what you can teach someone else.
Mm-hmm.
How do you give back? What will be your story? This is all a story to me. And yeah, like you said, having faith, having strong people around you.
Right.
Sometimes you may not notice your purpose, but somebody else will be like, hey, you're kind of good at that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you're like, oh, ding, ding, ding. All right, light bulb comes on. Maybe I should pursue this. So
yeah, because I mean, you got to have a strong support system.
Absolutely.
And if you have that, then you can kind of push forward, and because that person or those number of individuals can keep you motivated. And things like that. So and without having that support system, it a lot of times it is hard. So
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we encourage our listeners to figure out what your purpose is. Why do you wake up every day? Well, you know why you wake up every day, but what makes you happy? What drives you to be inspired? What drives you to give a helping hand to somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
What is your purpose?
What is your purpose?
What is your purpose? We also are taking calls. You are welcome to call in. What's our phone number? 248?
248
Is
809 248-809-5004.
Call in if
Beat me to it.
Would like to. Call in if you would like to share any ideas of personal testimony about your purpose. Or if you have, been struggling trying to figure out what your purpose is, we are open to hear from you. In the meantime, I have a book.
Oh, what's that?
This is The Hoops Whisperer.
Okay.
The Hoops Whisperer.
Okay.
The Hoops Whisperer. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Right. Bam.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting the author, Adon Ravine. Hopefully I'm not butchering your last name. But Adon is a very cool dude. And he is like a basketball NBA trainer. He had the opportunity to train with many of the great NBA stars that we have today, Kobe being one of them. I just ordered this on Amazon Prime. I believe it was like $10.
Nice. Okay.
He's also working on some children's books. But if you want to know the man behind many of your favorite athletes, I suggest you go out and purchase The Hoops Whisperer by Adon Ravine. I am messing up his name. Adon. So, yes.
Definitely go check out this book.
Absolutely.
Yep. The Hoops Whisperer.
The Hoops Whisperer. Yes. All you basketball heads.
Right. Junkies.
Did you watch the Grammys? I personally thought that they should have canceled it, but I know when you have like a super $1 million
it
show,
kind of becomes
it's
a little
gotta
difficult
go on.
to do that.
Yeah, it's gotta go on.
Because tragedy, unfortunately, it happens.
It happens.
Death is inevitable.
Yep.
So people unfortunately gotta kind of go on. I do like the what is it called? Like they did like the violations in the basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the teams and stuff like that. Like 24.
Nice.
What was it, Dan? Like a 24-second violation, like for Kobe, like all the teams.
The moment of silence. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard it was something. I didn't watch it, but it was something with Nipsey Hussle and Kobe, I guess somehow. Or wait, did they do one for Nipsey Hussle also?
Oh, you talking about the Grammys? Yeah.
Okay.
They did a tribute and they kind of combined it. They instead of Nipsey Hussle just having a picture of him saying R.I.P., it was him
and
on one
Kobe.
side and Kobe.
Okay.
So I thought that was really, really nice for them to throw things together at the last minute. So at least they did not forget.
They acknowledged
and they acknowledged
respect.
him and everything. Yeah. So it's nice to be able to pay respects to him at the last minute. And I mean, because things happen. So, but the show must go on, unfortunately.
I heard Lizzo did her thing. Shout out to you, Lizzo.
Hey, Lizzo. Yeah, she was popping and twerking and doing what she does. She had on a really pretty Gianni Versace dress on the red carpet.
Yes.
It was so nice.
And you thought Gianni just only designed for the little girls. You better quit playing. Curves too. I love it.
Yeah, so she looked really, really nice. And of course, Alicia Keys was the host.
Okay.
And she Alicia Keys, beautiful.
Of course.
And just seemed so carefree, a carefree spirit, and she was doing her thing though. Yep. And her and Boyz II Men did a tribute, and they sing "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye" to Kobe.
Oh.
Yeah, in memories of Kobe
Sure,
Bryant.
it was
so
an emotional show.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional. It was. So I'm kind of glad that they continue with it, and I'm glad that they were able to, kind of piece some things together to include him in the show.
Right.
His
I'm
legacy.
sure that last minute was hard, but they did it. They pulled it off. T. Harvey says, "I love everyone." T. Harvey, what do you do? How are you following your purpose for those that may not know what their purpose is?
Right.
What
Shout out to
ideas
T.
could
Harvey.
Yes. What ideas would you give our listeners to honing in on their purpose?
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely would love to hear from you, Mr. T. Harvey. What up?
So
Wow.
yeah, it's just been emotional.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. A lot of people may not know. We are life insurance agents. Outside of podcasts and things like that. She does health and life. I do life. Things like that.
That's important. No
important.
more GoFundMes.
It's important.
Especially Black people. We can't do no more GoFundMes.
It's very important. And a lot of people don't realize that, life insurance and different things like that is based on age, health, and habits. So if something were to happen to you, don't wait until you turn 45, 50, 55, 60 and thinking like, oh, yeah, I can get a policy now. Not only is it going to be really, really expensive, it's going to be, it's what about your health? You don't know what your health is going to be like at that time because you have to qualify for life insurance. You can't just get it.
Nope.
People think, oh, I can just,
they coming
I'm
to
ready
test
now.
you,
I
baby.
got money. I can just come get it. Like, no.
They coming to test you.
It's a lot of people that I went to high school with that's, we all like still in our 30s. We knocking on 40's door, but we still in our 30s, and I've had to turn them down and tell them that they uninsurable.
Yeah. And a DUI will, for some companies, make you
uninsurable.
Yep,
multiple
so,
DUIs. If you're on insulin, if you're insulin dependent and you're not, you're under 60, that makes you uninsurable. Especially with the company I work for. So it's just kind of like your health got to be on point.
Well, that's a hell of a combination. You're in a lot of insurance plans. The cost of insulin is skyrocketing, and then if you use insulin, then you can't get life insurance.
Okay. Do they want you to die?
Just a bad day.
Right.
Yeah, okay. It's a hell of a bad day.
Yeah.
Horrible. It doesn't make sense.
Like, for real.
I agree.
Yeah, so it's, living a life of purpose.
Absolutely. If not, get a term policy. You if you can't afford a whole life, get something. And Aflac, my company, they offer accident, critical illness. We help business owners, small business owners, protect their employees as well. So these are things that you can purchase, especially as a small business or individual small business. Say about $12 a paycheck. So that's like $24 a month, bro.
You can afford that.
Okay.
Come on, man.
And it varies with individuals, but again, you're not paying any more than $30 a month. You trick that off. I'm sure you can protect your life. So.
People buy $30 a week in snacks and goodies and chips and pops and this
cigarettes.
And
you
and
spend $30 in cigarettes. Drinks,
Hennessy, Tito's, vodka. Patron. Y'all Patron heads. Come on, y'all Hennessy heads. Like, it's
Priorities are a bitch, though.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Yeah, they are. They're a big bitch.
Protect my life, or
It's well. Let's be honest. We live in a world where a lot of people don't think long term.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the reality. I mean, it's all about the. It's like I've always said, we live in a DVR world now. Everything's on demand, instant gratification. Give it to me now. Give me all of it. Nobody wants to God, the whole Detroit hustles harder thing. Yeah, some people do, but then a lot of people want that instant hookup, that instant gratification without putting in the time and the effort. It's just it's a weird spot in society right now.
Right. For all of you that are listening online right now, how many of you have some type of life insurance in place for yourself? Let's see. They said priorities are a bitch. That's crazy. Absolutely. You have to go hard every moment of your life. How many of you have life insurance right now?
Right, like right now, like
At
not,
this moment.
and then you know what? How about this? How many of you guys have life insurance where you are purchasing and paying it for yourself? Like not your mama got a policy with you, your daddy got a policy on you.
You're responsible.
You're responsible for the payment.
Owner of that.
You're the policy owner. You know, that's
I see eyes coming up and these little faces.
Yeah.
So if your mama stop paying that policy, bro, you ain't got it no more.
Sure don't. It's gonna lapse and something happened to you and you kick the bucket.
Go fund me.
Fuck it.
That's messed up.
That's what we saying. Like,
wow.
Come on, man. You gotta.
Please. You better believe, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm positive that Kobe Bryant had many policies, okay?
Many policies.
His family will be okay, okay? In addition to the generational wealth he's already produced. But you better believe that man had his life in order.
All the way in order.
Totally in order. Oh, gosh. Prayers out to Vanessa because I know that is just super heartbreaking. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. And prayers out to the, like we said, prayers out to the other
families
victims as
absolutely.
well.
Because it was like a whole family.
Yeah, John Altobelli was 56, and Carrie Altobelli was 46, and their daughter Alyssa was 13. Definitely our condolences go out to the Altobelli family in their time of grieving. You know, that's a whole family right there. That's a mama, a daddy, and a daughter.
Grandparents outlive your babies and your grandbabies.
Right. No one wants to bury their children.
And their grandchildren.
You know, absolutely devastating. It's heartbreaking.
Well, and especially, you watch the updates that were coming through today, and they still can't get to the bodies.
They can't? Is that much debris?
Well, there's that much debris. It's in a rather impassable area.
Oh, my God.
And everything's clogged with onlookers and looky-loos. And everybody's trying to get that shot. Everybody's trying to, and so they're having a hard time.
Really?
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
let these people do their work.
Right.
Let their families rest and know that their loved ones. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Social media and these crazy. I can't take it. No,
It's too much.
It's too much. Like,
it's too much.
let them have their peace.
Yeah.
Who wants to be at a crash site looking? You can see it on the news. You don't have to actually go there and say, "Hey, I was there." Like, who wants that recognition?
It's sad.
It's not,
I don't watch the news.
It's not new. Look at Princess Diana. And everything that happened with that.
Yeah, when I went to Paris, it was still gawkers over there with a flame. Yep, where it happened. It's just.
No, let's
Are you kidding me?
Swear.
Oh no, for sure.
She passed away over 20 years ago.
I went to
didn't
Paris.
she?
What, 2 years ago?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Right
all
there.
the stuff with her son. You know, deciding to, hey, my wife and I are.
You got that black girl though. She said, "We out.
Yeah.
We got the money. We got the
I'm
bag."
moving you out your mama house. You can't live with your mama.
That was my favorite meme that came out about that. Was that 35-year-old man decides to finally move out of grandmother's basement.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Move out your grandmammy basement.
With the bag and my black girl.
And he's giving up his allowance. Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
that
Right.
is what it
Okay.
is.
Woohoo. Well,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
protection over their lives as well too, because
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in the media like that, and then you don't follow normal traditions, you know what I'm saying? It just seems scary. But do you, baby?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, because I'm kind of also wondering if they are going to have the same amount of security.
Right. That's why I said
that they
protection.
are accustomed to having.
Yeah.
The
and
same
things
amount,
like
no.
that.
That was actually part of the stories that have
Right,
come
right.
out. They
That's
are
why I
still
said
going to have
protection.
some just
Right.
because, well,
Okay.
they would need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Sort of like once you're president, you have Secret Service agents for life. I mean, that they're not the A team. They're not, but you still have people.
Oh, good. Good. Well, that's good.
I plan to
good.
get life insurance this year as soon as possible. Well, hit one of us up.
Right.
You know,
Hit one of us
compare,
up, right.
figure out what the benefits are, what you can
Absolutely.
afford.
Absolutely.
Don't wait until next year, baby, because you still going to the store to get that 1942, I'm sure, on Friday. So ensure that you have life insurance, okay?
Dude,
Yeah.
Term
Absolutely.
at least.
a friend of mine
And
over the Christmas holiday, her brother slipped and fell in the kitchen, broke his neck, died.
Oh,
That's a slip and fall.
Oh, that's
for
accidental
real.
death.
Accidental,
Just
totally.
completely
Wow.
random, guys in good health. And that's my point. Like you never know.
So for people that like don't necessarily know insurance, okay? So like say if that guy had
Say an accident policy with Affleck.
say if he had $10,000
Yep.
of a whole life policy, that $10,000 could pay for his funeral and final expenses, maybe a nice cremation, not necessarily a real great earth burial per se, because you need a little bit more than that. But they can cremate him. But if he slipped and fell and he died, and I gave him $200,000 of accidental death, then I would be writing out the death claim to his beneficiary for $210,000. She can do something with that $200,000, or he or she. So that's the difference in having life insurance and not. You can come up real quick, with some.
Or if he would have
with
lived
some money.
and had like an accident or illness policy with Affleck,
Yeah.
he would have money paid to him to spend whichever way he would want to, even if he had insurance or didn't. It didn't even matter,
Absolutely.
to help with recovery.
Yeah,
And there
sure.
is an accidental death benefit included in that as well. So
Yeah.
you have to be covered because you
gotta be
never
covered.
know.
You never know. You never know how you're gonna leave up out of here.
Period.
And you don't know when. And the good die young. The good die
Yes,
young.
ma'am.
So
I was
you know
going to
what I'm
say
saying?
that.
That's the thing. People thinking that they got time to buy it. People thinking that they, gonna live forever, and that's old people stuff. No, that's young people stuff. Kobe Bryant passed away at 41 years old.
41.
So if he did not have any of the stuff like that we're talking about set in place, then it would have been, it wouldn't have been not good for him, because he's a legend and he has quite a few things. But just your average Joe, passing away at 41, and dying, it'd be a whole different story.
Totally.
Yeah.
People don't expect to leave
because your
that
family,
early.
they gonna be looking at you as a burden instead of being a blessing by you going on to the afterlife, or whatever people believe in.
Yep.
So yeah.
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
Protect your families. You can get it on kids too. Okay.
So like another one of the survivors,
Terry said that they've
what'd they say?
recovered all of them.
Oh, they
They
did find that.
recovered
Yeah,
everybody?
everyone has been recovered
Okay,
now.
good. Yeah, as of this afternoon, that was the latest update.
Okay.
Well, that's
Cool.
good. Yeah, because Christina Mauser, she was only 38, and she was a top assistant coach of the Mamba girls basketball team.
All their leaders.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was
Those
one
babies.
of the coaches, and she was a mother of 3
Jesus.
and a wife.
Jesus.
So, man.
the pilots or the pilot.
Yeah, the pilot and everything.
Lord, there's so
it's-
much life.
Yep.
Well, I really hope that they figure out what the issue was with what may have caused it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we want to again send our prayers, our love, strength to the families of the victims.
So like for anybody that is listening to us, like if they ever had a tragedy, or if they had something like that has what happened to Kobe, and the other victims of the plane crash happened to their family, any kind of tragic event, like, and you can kind of give people words of encouragement and how to move on and how to be able to kind of pick up the pieces and process from that, give us a call. Our number is 248-809-5004. It's 248-809-5004. We are live here at Kloset Konversationz.
Inside of the beautiful
Detroit Shipping Company.
Woo! You gotta check it out. We got
so-
some awesome companies downstairs with food, and it's a bar.
So good.
It's popping. So if you've ever dealt with tragedy, like Crystal said, and you have ways of coping or moving forward, definitely give us a call. Everybody experiences it sometime in their life.
Right.
And being able to not necessarily forget about it, because you never
forget about it.
You never forget.
We know that.
But being
how do you
able
cope?
to cope? Yeah.
How do you cope?
Yep.
You know, what's your cope mechanism?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you, keep pushing and live from day to day? Because I'm quite sure it's somebody out there that's listening to us that has lost a parent, or has lost a child.
I've lost a parent.
Have lost a parent, have lost a child, or have lost a best friend, somebody that is extremely close to them. And it was very, very a rough time to, get through that transition. So we want to hear
alcohol and drugs are not the answer, just for the record.
Say that again, Dave.
I said alcohol and drugs are not the answer.
They are not the answer.
Because that's the route I took.
Oh,
it was not a high point in my life.
No.
I mean, alcohol I'm still good with. Drugs I'm good. I left those in my 20s.
Dave says alcohol and drugs is not the answer.
And don't get me wrong, we all, everybody...
It helps to mask.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
It's, when it becomes a long-term coping mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not that. Because, we've all gone on our benders when something happens. It's inevitable, but
Not good.
Yeah. And I want to mention another mother-daughter duo that was a part of the victims.
Really?
Sarah Chester was 45 and her daughter Peyton Chester was 13.
Oh my gosh.
So they were among the 9 victims of the helicopter crash.
Think of something. I mean, even being on a commercial plane and you're with your child. You know what I'm saying? Forget you, stewardess or flight attendant. Excuse me. I'm holding mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure mine. I just
Exactly.
can't.
Because I think that's what everybody was talking about the most. Like
what happens
what happens moments before. Like your kid is crying. You know you're gonna die. Your kid kind of knows it's gonna be bad too. He's gonna die, and they're crying. They're hysterical, and you can't save them because you they mom, you they dad, and you can't tell them what you need to tell them to stop them from having so much anxiety and being so upset, because you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do, and that sucks. Yeah. That's really hard to have to deal with, and we're blessed at the end of the day to still be here and still be with our families and
getting up
and doing all of that, but
things that we take for granted. I think that this is definitely a
lesson.
An
eye opener.
Yep.
It's an eye opener.
Even though accidents happen all the time and people don't really, I think because of who he is, it was like, oh my gosh, I have to hold on to my family, I have to be a better father or whatever. Dude, in real life, you should have been better. You should have been focused on being a better father. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, not taking things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, and you wonder how I'm curious to see how the investigation is going to play out, because one of the issues I've read with the helicopter is there's no quote unquote black box.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
And
my
that's
dad.
in that sort of helicopter there isn't one. The weather was apparently horrible.
I heard that he got a pass to
they
fly.
They got a special dispensation to fly.
That's one thing that scares
even the
me.
police and sheriff's departments had
Told him
grounded
no.
their helicopter.
Yep.
No, they grounded their own helicopters. They weren't flying.
See,
It was
that
that bad.
scares me when
you do it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, you take a.
Yep.
That's what happened to
with
Aaliyah. Yeah,
the plane is too
the plane was
too heavy.
Full heavy,
Yep.
and she said, "Well, let's just go ahead
And
and
that
go and do
sometimes
it anyway."
happens when you are a key person,
Right,
and you're like,
absolutely.
hey, this is my shit,
Yeah.
and it's time to go.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what
time
I'm
to
saying?
go.
We gotta go. We gotta get there.
We gotta go. We gotta get
Patience.
there.
Patience
is a virtue.
Listen to those people that you may be like, oh, well, I'm this
and
person.
honestly, not saying that anybody coerced or pushed the guy. I mean, it might have been the pilot who was like, "Oh no, dude, everything's going to be fine. Well, I got you. We can totally do this."
I'm quite sure he's probably drove through those type of conditions.
Oh yeah, they
before.
said, dude, the guy had over 8,000 hours of
Right.
flight experience.
Yeah.
He's did it. I mean, it's not like
So
this
he
was
thought
a rookie.
He had it. He thought he had it. So I mean, I
Hey, if
understand
the police and them telling me no, and people that control the skies or the roads are telling me don't do it, Jessley's not gonna do it.
Well, yeah,
She's gonna be late.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there are
I'll
roads,
be there, but I'm gonna be late.
like there are roads in my neighborhood, and dude, if you live in the area, they flood. They flood, and so I feel bad for the first person that gets stuck. I'll even feel bad for maybe the second person that gets stuck. But this the last huge downpour and flooding that we had. When you're the fifth, sixth, seventh car that goes, hey, that car looks a lot like my car,
Right.
and it's just kind of half floating there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it too.
I bet I got this.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
No.
you need no.
You don't.
No.
You know.
That's when your intuition and your power of discernment should kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No one could tell me that, hey, it's extremely, no sight ahead. The roads are icy. Don't
Right.
drive. And no,
Right.
I'm listening.
Right.
I love my life.
Yeah.
You have an expiration date, but God gives you that power of discernment too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think the thing with Kobe's death is the fact that a lot of his fans, a lot of his mega like Kobe Bryant fans that were with him when he first got drafted at the age of 18, and up until now, preceding his death, I believe that a lot of the mega fans, like because he was such a big star and a big legend, like they don't feel like he should have, like they don't, like they just can't, like they're distraught and they don't really believe that it has really happened. Where he's a regular
human.
normal person,
He's human.
person, just like everybody. Some people feel
We
as
all
if like
we all.
yeah.
One thing is for certain: we all are born and we all die. I don't care how
We're
much
born
money
to
you
die.
have. Period.
We're
So
born to die.
live a purposeful life while you're here. But I'm
Right.
happy that he had. He's always been an amazing player, but I love that he had started making children's books. And I'm like, okay, now you influencing the little ones, not beyond basketball. You know what I'm saying? So everybody,
I love that.
everybody's not going to the NBA, okay?
Yeah,
but
everybody not
everyone
going.
can be an avid reader.
Right.
You know, you can
Okay.
have an imagination.
Absolutely.
You can be,
you
a
can
competent.
you can be an Oscar winner like he won an Oscar.
Absolutely. You
know?
can be a competent reader.
Right.
So I love that about it. So leaving a legacy is definitely important. Some of you had just said.
Right. I mean, just pretty much talking about him being a legend and that a lot of people feel as if he was such a big star. How could he die? He was such a big, he was this and he was that. Like, what happened? How could he do that? Like, the inevitable, you don't know when is your expiration date. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how poor you are. I don't care how privileged you are in general, period. It's when a higher power or whatever, says it's your time to go, then it's just your time to go.
It's done.
Because a lot of...
It's like sometimes like, why do babies die? And I can never understand that. But it's not for me to understand. Thank God I've never lost a child.
Yeah,
but,
me neither.
Yeah. I mean, I was a baby that lost their mother at 18 months. Do I remember my mom? No. But do I continue her legacy? Absolutely. Everything is Berkeley. Do I hear stories about her? Do I have that support of, oh, you look like her, you talk like her? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just crazy. Like, you couldn't remember this woman.
Right.
Like, how is it possible that you are like little Berkeley? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Genetics are a bitch.
A bad bitch at that.
I tell that to my kids all the time. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So, but I guess with coping, because there are days, when my mom's birthday comes, when, the day that she passed comes, sometimes it's not a good week for me,
Nope.
And sometimes when stuff like this happens, maybe that's why my energy was down, or when I see something like, okay, Jessley, get it together, praying and talking to positive people. That's why I was like, get your ass out this bed and come to this podcast, Jessley. Like, you missed a meeting today already. You already feeling like, but I'm human. So,
Right.
yeah, having that support system, carrying on a life of legacy, purpose. So everything I do is Berkeley. That's a way that I give back and pay homage to my mom.
Sweet.
I love
it.
what I would say is I love how they kept their relationship together, Kobe and Vanessa, through all the BS.
Right.
She still,
through all the allegations
like,
from back in the
whatever.
day, the rape allegations
my
and
man.
all that kind of stuff like that.
I'm riding with him.
Yep. It's my man.
I'm riding with him.
I'm
That's
riding
it.
with him. How about that?
Yeah. And that
I'm
shows
still
how
Miss- I'm still Miss
forgiveness is
Bryant.
important. Yep.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is important.
Gotta forgive.
Forgiveness.
You gotta even when you don't want to.
Hey, forgiveness is very
you have
important.
to forgive. It's in the good book, and it is what is required.
Show me a perfect person.
Oh, I'll wait.
Dave,
What'd you say,
Dave?
Dave? You like?
No,
Not you?
nobody is. Nobody is.
You haven't met one?
No.
No. Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
Think about it. No matter how great you think someone is, there is someone somewhere that is sick and tired of their bullshit.
Period.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. Sick and tired.
Period.
So, yeah. Yep.
We would love to hear, if not about this topic, because we are probably getting to a close, but for future topics, what would you like to hear from Closet Conversations?
That's right. Yep.
We are accepting DMs.
Yep, DMs. Go to our, go to our
Might want to be
pages.
careful how you phrase that.
Oh, not like that.
Not like that.
Not dick messages.
Right. Yeah, go to our Facebook page, Closet Conversations, Closet with a K, Conversations with a K with a Z at the end, and express, give us some cool topics. If you're an entrepreneur, if you have a cool idea, invention, or whatever the case may be, and you want to come on our show, let us know. DM us and let us know. Yeah,
Please,
we would love that.
We are
would
open.
love that. Yeah,
We know y'all love the relationship thing, so we bringing back some relationship topics,
Right,
And
part two.
conversations, part twos and stuff.
Yes. With a whole new cast.
Oh yeah, whole new guests. Okay, so if you like to talk that shit, but be respectful and talk that shit. 'cause
Right,
we've
don't
had a
get up
few-
here. We serve drinks up in here, so don't get up in here and getting drunk and shit. That ain't. This is just some drinks so you can have a little bit class.
Okay,
This is just a
it's
little.
to open up the conversation,
right? Just
not
to open up, not to be like getting all drunk and falling out everywhere and knocking all this shit over. This is expensive.
That never
We ain't got
happens.
time to pay for this.
we ain't got the money to pay
We ain't
for
got
it.
the money to pay for this, okay? We are like single girls, like we are not married yet, We need to keep all of this intact, okay? We do not
Dave
wanna,
likes us.
Dave loves us, our engineer and the
Dave
owner of the
likes us.
podcast.
Yes.
So get it together. Hey, shoot, we don't need that. But hey, shout out again to our sponsors, Detroit Photo Mirror, T. Harvey Construction,
T. Harvey Construction,
and Chubby Bear.
Chubby Bear.
Hey.
Hey, Chubby Bear.
Chubby
we don't
Bear.
have our Chubby on
Like
today.
my socks,
Yeah.
socks.
Like your socks.
I know. You don't like the
those
socks. I like
hate
the
those
socks. My son likes the socks. So, boom. How about that?
Market towards kids. That's my suggestion. But anyway,
Yeah.
we love y'all.
We love y'all. Yep. And like I said, if anybody has anything to say, want to give us a shout out, want to say hey, want to be on air, give us a call, 248-809-5004. 248-809-5004. Before we wrap things up, living life with a purpose, was our topic today. And, we just wanted to, start our 2020 with just the two of us, with our
Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us.
Just
I
the
swear I
two
can't
of
sing.
us.
You
I can't.
and
I know. We horrible.
Hey, babes.
We horrible.
What's
So
up?
just the two of us and our Dave.
Hey, my
Yes.
diamond.
So
What up, G?
that's what we're doing right now.
Hey, daddy.
And so anything else in particular, Berkeley, you want to talk about or
No, just find your purpose. Pray on it. Have important people around you, supportive people around you that may help you identify your purpose
right?
and stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is not going to be a great day.
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be a great day.
I'm generally a happy person, but every day is not a great day for me. Is every day a great day for you, Dave?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Every day.
There's a reason why I still smoke and drink. But there are
Period.
several reasons why I still smoke and drink.
Right. Okay. I'm like, oh.
Every day is not going to be a great day, but
No, it's
taking
not.
those great days and making the best of them is most important.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, it's like one of the things you're talking about, like, that whole circle you're supposed to have around you. Here's a very important thing that I've learned over my life if you are the smartest and most successful person in your circle of
That
friends,
should be a circle.
you have the wrong circle
You got
of
a wrong
friends.
circle.
Period.
Yeah,
Period.
absolutely. Right.
You should not
Mm-hmm.
have some smart people around you.
Mm-hmm. Some
Hey,
smarter.
JP
Some
Connects.
smarter.
She's been on Closet Conversations as well. And her little positive self.
Hey.
Everything was positive.
Who
She's
was
the
that?
one. JP Connects.
Hey.
Jen, when she said,
"What's up, Jen?"
Start your day off with the 15 minutes for yourself. And that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Make sure you're taking time out for yourself, okay? Because when you're burnt out, you're not good for the world. You're not good. You're not good
No.
for your babies. You're not good
Nope.
for your mate. You're not good for your significant other. You're not good for your employees or co-workers at work. You're burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Go get a massage. Go get a manicure, pedicure.
Mm-hmm.
Take a day to rest. Like
Mhm.
today was my day to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told my my lead. What up, though, Dorian? Like, hey, today is not a good day for me. And he
Okay.
knows if I'm not having a good day, you know,
Mhm.
you can brush it off and go get that money.
Right.
I'm doing 12,000 things. Okay, Crystal is focused really on one. Jessley has 18 billion thousand things doing. So when sending positive thoughts to you too, babes, that I
Aw.
just needed to rest today.
Right,
Like today,
right.
I need to rest because then I'll
Mhm.
get sick. I'll be pushing myself. It's just too much. I know. I'm a
Mhm.
Gemini. I'll be all over the damn place.
Mm-hmm.
Jessley needed to rest today.
Mm-hmm.
So keep us
Mhm.
in your prayers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you need
Keep
life
us in your
insurance,
prayers. Yes, give me
Holla
a
at
call.
Chris.
Holla at me. My number 248-703-2429.
say that again.
248-703-2429.
Don't
So,
you be
yeah.
calling her trying to get on either. Life
Right.
insurance only.
That's what they do. They be like, "Oh, you come to my house," and I come. They be like, "Hey, you so pretty." I'm like,
Buy from me because I'm pretty.
right. I'm like,
Gee, I just
Protect
happened to have
your
made
life 'cause I'm
dinner.
pretty.
Right.
Right, I
Did
just
you-
happened to break. What type of wine do you drink? Like, damn.
you want a glass of wine? I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, I do.
She's just kidding.
No, I'm not. You're considered a referral. We can drink on it. With the insurance company
Sorry, what's
I'm with. Yeah.
do the mental math? What's my commission on this?
I can't take it.
As long as I'm not calling you from my company and we're just meeting up and you DM me and I DM you back, we referrals. Keep the party going. Keep the drink up. Shit.
Get protected.
Get protected with a glass of wine and a smile. How about that?
Again, shout out to Adon Ravine, the Hoops Whisperer.
The
If you
Hoops
want to
Whisperer.
learn the man behind so many heroes
Yeah.
and super NBA stars,
Mm-hmm.
holler at the Hoops Whisperer. All right.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Definitely is going to be a good read.
Yes. We'll have them on the show one day soon.
Cool.
Again, stay positive.
Yep.
We
Stay
love you.
positive. We love you. You know, definitely thanks for, tuning in. Go onto our Closet Conversations page on Facebook and Instagram. And, hey, I'm Chrissy Mack.
And I'm Berkeley.
And we are
Closet Conversations.
Good night. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Good night.
Mwah.
Oh, and I dare you all to share our page.